Fun one.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 33 and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle. This offense has a few playmakers. If they're going to go downfield, they often look the way of Stills.
He loves to run the deep routes, loves to get downfield and make the big catches, and he does it with flair.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now to the air. Rock. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. A look there at how the Raiders will start defensively. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB. They'd easily move into the top 5.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. A little check down to Lindsey. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Yeah, the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
In the NFL, we love to talk about bloodlines and how important they can be. And for Zay Jones, he's got a terrific one. His dad, Robert, longtime linebacker in the NFL, big time with the Dallas Cowboys. And his uncle, Jeff Blake, a starting quarterback in the NFL at one point. What if he played catch with Uncle Jeff in the backyard a few times growing up?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Locke, he's got his big tight end, Fant.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Locke throwing on target to Fant. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kenny Stills. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you bring some doubt in their minds.
And now here come the Raiders. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second and 9, Carr. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You got 3 down.
On third and long, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at the 23. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. A good pickup there, a 22. Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here's Locke to throw. This is the tight end fan. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Locke now on first down. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Let's go.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Forbath to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsey touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down and 4. Carr looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Wade. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. From the 27, Carr. Jones has it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Carr. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Locke. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Set, ready? 60 or. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
They'll try to draw Lindsay, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll let this go deep for... Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
93.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Mike, 44. Hey, I'm coming. Be good. Hey, Raider 2. Hey, exit. 44 is Mike. Check. Hey, watch the ball. Raiders 2.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Complete to Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Giorgio Tavecchio now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And now they're not going to get the kickoff in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
29. Check 99. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Now, you ready? 45. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Mohamed Sanu, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That's caught out wide by Stills. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Draymond Jones. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustmts.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
60 Pittsburgh. Coaching still.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. He's got daylight past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Broncos push further out in front. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
To Vecchio to add the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Throwing on second down. Block. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you check?
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd and 2, Locke. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? To throw, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have